Washington Redskins, obviously a team kind of in disarray, and last week they were a home underdog to Miami. Miami did get the cover. It wasn't quite the blowout that you might have wanted to see from a road favorite, but still, the road favorite got the cover. And again in week 2, Washington a home underdog, 3 or 3.5 points, this time to the St. Louis Rams, coming off of a outright win over Seattle. And we're going to talk with Jeff Cadillac from jeffcadillac.com to see if maybe it's worth fading Washington again in week 2. I'm Peter Loshak. This is SBR Videos. All right, Jeff, Washington, a team in disarray. What can we take from the Miami game? If you bet Miami, you did get the cover, but, it wasn't an easy cash, a blowout by any means. In St. Louis, very impressive team, but do they have the offense to justify this kind of a road favorite line of 3 or 3.5 points? What do you think, Jeff?
Well, I'll tell you something. I like Miami. I always want them to widen open, open up that offense.
Sure.
Tannehill, if Miami's going to be successful, they have to open up the offense. And they seemed a little stagnated against Washington. And Washington seemed to play Miami well. And if it wasn't for that punt return for a touchdown, the game might have gone a different way. But Tannehill did have a solid game. The rest of the team definitely had to step up. This week against St. Louis, I don't like Washington. I think St. Louis is a definitely tougher team. Their defense has definitely matured. Last week they played against Seattle. They were winning that game outright. Defense gave up a little bit. But Washington is definitely a different team than Seattle. The Rams, they know Seattle. Seattle knows the Rams. It went down to the wire. Rams won in overtime. Washington, they just had one of their key players, Deshaun Jackson. He's out for a couple of weeks at least with a hamstring pull. And Kirk Cousins seems to put up some pretty good numbers week to week, but unfortunately he loses and he does throw a few interceptions. Nick Foles, I liked his composure at the end of the game last week against Seattle. He definitely didn't hesitate, he didn't fold under the pressure at the end of the game. Rams needed a touchdown. They drove. They got the touchdown. They went into overtime. I like the Rams' momentum right here. I like them on the road. By the way, the last 3 games that the Rams have played at Washington, the Rams are 3-0 against the spread. Washington is a team that's still in flux. They have some injuries as well. D'Angelo Hall was injured. He was out of the game late in the game last week. He doesn't know if he's playing this week. There's a lot of variables on Washington that you can't really pinpoint right now. But I like St. Louis to go in there. I like them to beat Washington, keep the momentum going in that NFC West. Lay the points, 3.5. Take St. Louis Rams.
All right, it is a split line right now, so 3 and 3.5 are both market-wide numbers, so we can give you St. Louis -3 for the purposes of our record-keeping here. And Jeff Cadillac, tell us what's going on at jeffcadillac.com this year.
Well, jeffcadillac.com, the funny thing is I started off the season pretty well. It was 7-0-1, and then the late games kind of killed me, but I still finished over 500. You can always follow me on Twitter at jeffcadillac1. Always I get emails from all around. You can follow me, like I said, on Twitter. Send me an email if you like. I get back to all my fans and people that are interested in the game, always chit-chatting back and forth, and I love it. It's great, and great to be back on SBR for the 2015 season.
All right, sounds great, Jeff. Thanks.